Good morning. As we reflect where we are in our Bible stories and in the sequence of reading our Bible 2025, one of my favorite comments so far about this sermon series is someone who said, "I didn't grow up in the church." So sometimes you refer to how many have learned these stories in Sunday school, but these are all new stories to me, and I'm finding this really interesting. What a wonderful thing to be able to be a fresh slate, a clean slate, not having some of the poor theology of the past and having to unlearn stories that we learned the wrong way. Let's review where we are in the Bible narrative so far. God creates this wonderful good creation. It's good, it is good, it is very good. Human beings are the peak of the creation poem. But no sooner does God allow human beings freedom of choice than we humans have a tendency to wander away from God, forget God's desire for goodness in our lives, distrust God, and we fall into our own areas of sin. We begin to create societies that are sinful, even families that are sinful. Genesis tells the story of sibling rivalries and dysfunctional homes. And from there we move into the story of Moses, the 10 Commandments. Maybe commandments will straighten us out and we'll all live godly lives. And yet we discover through the next books of the Bible that Israel as a nation, the Hebrew people, struggles with failing the commandments. We moved this last week into Joshua entering the promised land. Now we have the next 3 books of the Bible, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, where there's a loose coalition of the 12 tribes of Israel. They are separate tribes. The judges are each individual military leaders over their tribes, but there's no sense of unity until we get to 1 Samuel, where finally the people say, we want a king to unite us. We want to be one nation. We want a king to lead us. And so the first king is chosen based on how tall he is, that he can lead their military might and lead their army. But it turns out his kingship is a failure. And finally we get to David, the shepherd boy, the famous story of David, the little shepherd boy going up against the giant Goliath. That's where we are now. We're in the process of having kings over Israel, a united nation, and in that process, discovering where David fits into the story. Blessings to you. We'll see you Sunday.